Happy Saturday, Lurkers! Welcome to our Saturday morning review. What do you think about the fall lineup? Starfield, Renfield, and Weird the Al Yankovic story.
Sounds like I'm still hitting that quick save button. So let's lurk! Hey, in breaking media news, do you know what happened this week?
Lots of things, but...
Another Kelsey story.
Oh?
The number 24. The 24-year-old Kelsey Taylor, not to be confused by Taylor Kelsey, married 51-year-old Dane Cook. How does that make you feel?
I just read about that tonight.
So creepy.
He looks old, because he is. And
They're
she looks very young.
26 years apart from each other. 27?
And now they're together forever.
Which forever for her is a lot shorter.
I hope they got a prenup.
For what? Dane Cook's non-existent
Listen.
money? His brother has it.
Listen, in 2 years, when her brain finally develops, maybe she'll realize he is not the one, or that she made a great choice. You know, he's supposedly a good guy. I don't know. Is he canceled? Was he canceled?
I mean, his shows don't really hold up very well.
Do you know what I just found out? This was a bombshell to me. Michael Fassbender apparently is on the list of canceled dudes now.
I heard about this.
It's crazy. He got into a big fight and injured his, what I'm
Wiener?
assuming is now ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, you can read it on BuzzFeed right now. Disturbing domestic abuse allegations against Michael Fassbender have resurfaced online after the trailer for his new movie dropped.
It's too bad. It's too bad. Don't have any heroes, kids.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody is safe. Just like our shows that we like to watch. The fall lineup was just dropped. And as we know, the
Dropped
strike
is the wrong word, but okay.
But the strike is almost over.
Half
There's
over.
a tentative deal. Half over. We're at the 50-yard line. Taylor Swift is in the booth cheering for us, so let's go. But as is with every season, turn. Like the leaves fall, so must too some of our favorite shows. And we have a list here of shows that won't be coming back. Willie, I've sent you this list. I know I've given you a full 23 seconds to look it over, so why don't we go over some of the shows that we're either happy or sad will be ending?
Yeah, I want to start just by saying that a lot of these shows have really big followings, and to see them get canceled in the midst of these tumultuous times for writers and actors. Tumultuous? Thank you.
No R's in there.
Tremors? Like the Goldbergs.
True Lies.
That's on this list. What was the show True Lies?
I don't know. I think it was about the movie, because I'm pretty sure it was canceled because nobody knew it was on.
Was it because of they had too much vagina? Or was that not that? What was the movie with the legs?
You're thinking of Basic Instinct.
Nice.
There was Jamie Lee Curtis, pre-Hot Dog Fingers, was in the movie with True Lies. Tom
Yowza.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Here's the deal, Scott. Hot Dog Fingers first, True Lies second. Sexiness.
I have to agree with you there. What do you think about NCIS Los Angeles finally taking a bow?
Isn't there news as we record this that one of the actors on the show died?
Yes. Somebody from that franchise. I don't know if it was on that exact show. The guy who looked like Mr. Feeney, and the one professor who let Voldemort back into power from Harry Potter.
Oh, wait. Professor Slughorn?
Yeah, he looks like a cross between Feeney and Slughorn.
Oh, okay. Not Slughorn. God. Oh, I couldn't handle it.
I think he died a long time ago.
I think these are shows that I think are fine. who watches NCIS anymore? Who watches any of these first shows? Like ABC and CBS are struggling. Alaska
All
Daily,
networks.
Big
Yeah.
Sky, The Company You Keep, The Goldbergs. Did you know the Wonder Years came back?
I did, but I'd never intended on rewatching it. I didn't like the first one.
But then East New York?
Never heard of it. Something called American Auto.
Listen, these are shows that I'm okay going away. Somehow I think, though, that the CW shows are the ones you're going to miss the most.
So spin-offs galore here, but the Winchesters, I loved Supernatural. I never watched the Winchesters, so but Gotham Knights got like a 46 rating on the now controversial Rotten Tomatoes. So you know that's not good.
What was that show about?
It was about Batman being gone from Gotham and like Nightwing and Batgirl and Robin having to step up to take the mantle and fight crime for him.
Who watches these shows? Like, where are they accessible? Because, like, I saw
The CW.
I saw a TikTok today that was like, it's talking through if you subscribe to every single streaming service,
Don't do
you're
that.
at about $120.
It's cable all over again.
Yeah,
Just with 9 channels instead of 1,000.
and you get to pick what you watch. There are some advantages.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I am sad that the streaming / cable side of things are dropping a few big ones. A League of Their Own, which you could argue doesn't need a second season. It was really good. It's a really good show. I hope everybody goes back and watches it.
Well, hold on. I know we're in the streaming section, but
Yeah.
let's
you
just
want to
really
go back?
let's just really quickly pay our respects to the Young Rock.
I no longer can smell what they are cooking.
And thank God, because it smelled like piss.
Yeah, Joel's favorite show, Magnum PI. I mean, the mustache had to come off sometime.
What are you doing, Joel? Compensating for something?
I don't know if that's how it works, but
He's looking for
I'm gonna let
finger
you guys-
dongs.
figure it out. But can we flip over to the streaming side?
Of course.
Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, DOA.
Disney lost some shows here. That was pretty bad. I watched the first season and I was like, what? Why am I doing this?
The Mysterious Benedict Society, I think, actually had some real potential.
Interesting.
I saw some clips on TikTok and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want to watch it.
I tried my best, Scott, to watch a lot of these Disney Plus shows. I watched National Treasure: Edge of History, and it was worse than a Disney Channel original movie.
I am upset still with Perry Mason being taken off the HBO slate. Warner Brothers, you done fucked up. That was a good one. Gone too soon. Did you watch How I Met Your Father?
No. But like the problem is that like How I Met Your Mother ended on such a negative that I don't think going into How I Met Your Mother they were ever going to capture the level of excitement for a reboot.
Yeah. And then on the Max, formerly HBO Max, the place for HBO, we're losing Doom Patrol, which is actually a good show. We're losing the Gossip Girl reboot.
Oh my God, your wife has to be so upset. What's she going to do with
She's-
herself?
She's cried all of her mascara off. Yeah, it's we're losing Pennyworth, which was tied into Titans, which is tied into Gotham Knights. Like we're DC, come on, James Gunn, where are you? And then on to Netflix.
Seriously?
$18.99.
Hold on. Netflix is the biggest list. Like always, they cancel everything.
$18.99. This amazing sci-fi show leaves you on a huge cliffhanger. You definitely want to see more. Gone.
We knew that was being canceled, right?
Yes, a long time ago, but still, come on.
Dude, okay, so Big Mouth is a show a lot of people loved. A lot of people loved.
But it's had a good run, too, so maybe they're just, like, wrapping it up in a good way.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There's a few other shows on this list. My partner loves the show Sex Education. I think it's, like, a really good show that just didn't get enough publicity for people to want to watch.
Hopping over to Paramount Plus, Star Trek Prodigy. I think, or Prodigy. Come on, Scott. Unlike me, Star Trek Prodigy is getting canceled, but hopefully it'll be picked up by Nickelodeon, which is the parent company.
Oh, wait. Paramount Plus is owned by Nickelodeon?
No. That show is owned by Nickelodeon.
Oh, so they're probably going to just sell it off to the next.
We can only hope. Bopping over to the cock, Pitch Perfect, Bumper in Berlin. And how could Vampire Academy be going away?
What even is that?
Prime Video is losing Hunters, which is a very intense, very good show, but like heavy material, and hopefully they're just wrapping it up on this second season.
Do you remember? Hold on. Speaking of things that were canceled, do you remember the streaming platform Quizbee? Quibi? Exactly.
Yeah. The 10-second show platform or 20-second. I don't know what it was, a minute 20?
I think it was 10-minute shows.
Okay. Yeah. I remember it for all 30 days that it was alive.
Dude, seriously. I mean, if you compress it down into like dog years, right? Because that's the whole premise. They were around forever.
Dogs probably would have loved Quibi. They just marketed it to the wrong species.
They lasted longer than every version of HBO.
I don't know. We'll have to go and measure it in slow-mo and see.
Now, I just want to point this out. Is this something that, like, is there anything on here you wish would come back?
1899 is probably number one, followed by Star Trek Prodigy.
Prodigy.
And then Perry Mason, number 3. Those are the only shows on this entire list that I would love to see. Reboot is good. I am sad that that's not going to get some sort of... Actually, no. I'm thinking of a completely different show. I've never heard of Reboot. I'm glad you're gone.
I just wish that something could pull me away from Starfield as much as The Office, which, hey, we're in the early days. Are you excited? Just like really quick, are you excited about the potential of an Office reboot?
No, because if you look at this list, all of them seem to be some sort of like copycat or sequel to another show, spin-off.
Hold on. This is the same showrunner, but it's being touted as not a reboot of that Office, but in the universe.
And if it shows up, like if it actually comes to fruition, like one of these Star Wars shows that we're getting, maybe, just maybe I will like it, because I definitely love the showrunner. Every single one of his shows has gotten to me somehow to where I will just watch it no matter what.
Yes.
But at the same time, he is even on record as saying, like, I don't know if people want this. We're going to see what happens. They do. I know people love The Office for what it was. If we could have gotten like one more season, it might have been bad. So like, I think it ended when it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
To try and like recapture that, once again, what we've talked about ad nauseum on this show, like, just give us something original. Just make something else funny that we can love, just like we did The Office.
Let's talk about a real original, though.
Quit while you're ahead.
Scott, we're 2 weeks in. Do you love it?
Willie, if I had my druthers, I wouldn't even be recording this show with you right now.
Same. I'm gonna hang up and immediately fingers right back on the keyboard.
What if like next week's show, or the show that, you know, you come back from your wedding, what if we just live stream us playing Starfield?
Dude, that would be a great idea. Honestly, like, there was a time in my life where I would go to high school and all I would be thinking all day in class is like, I want to go back and play Call of Duty. Huh?
It was a couple years ago. You never graduated. That's
there.
the joke.
I'm there for the girls.
Don't. I tried to save you.
Only Jesus can save me, Scott.
Or Vasco. Or your wife, Sarah
Connor?
Sarah something? Sarah Marshall?
No, I forgot.
Don't forget about her.
but okay. terrible puns aside, like, this is one of those things where like I'm at work and I'm thinking like, oh god damn it, I just want to go play Starfield. Like it's the itch you can't finish itching.
I'm glad you're into it now, because this is what Skyrim was like for people for 10 years, Willie.
Dude.
And this game is arguably infinitely larger, with expansions to come, with updates to come. A survival mode is most likely coming. They were talking about how this game it's got remnants of things that were supposed to be, but they must have pulled them back because it didn't add anything, or it probably wasn't fun. Like, you never run out of fuel, but helium-3 is all over the system. So at some point in this game, when they were developing it, they must have had something where you would have had to capture fuel to help you to jump from star system to star system. And you think like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wish they would have left it in there. But with a map this large and all of the things you can do, who would have time? I struggled to get 3 hours of any video game time this week, and it was all Starfield.
And like, hold on. So outside of just like going into a room, putting your scanner on and looting, trying to find something unique in that space, I could bet that damn near every one of those missions that you did was different than the next.
I would get in my ship, fly to a planet, scan it. If any other ships were there, I would talk to them or destroy them. And then I would see if there was something on the planet to do. Fly down there, do whatever mission comes associated with it, run to this place. I picked up some contraband, so I had to figure out like how to hide this, try to find a trade guild. Went to the wrong system, immediately got a bounty put on me, started running from system to system. They were chasing me.
Oh my god.
It's like a movie every time you play. Dude, how can you not like this?
So there's a point, like if you're not a big fan of video games, like I'm not really driven by story-based video games, but the story in this is so rich. Like I'm having such a blast, like exploring these characters, making decisions, sometimes doing like a quick save to be like, what if I try this story a little different? But then like, so last night I'm doing one of the main story missions, and like, are you far along?
I have not started the main story. I did the demo thing, whatever you're supposed to do, the tutorial. And then I was like, peace out. I'm going to go become a space pirate now. And I'm literally playing the game as if it was just my own story.
Dude, you're going to show up on the final boss and be like, ha 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 ha, I did all the side quests.
I've run into a couple factions now, so I'm interested in exploring like what a life is like with them. But yeah, like I'm just going on my own. I'm trying to get better at shipbuilding and like dog fighting in space. That's all I'm putting my resources into. If I ever go down to a planet, like I pick up one small package of food and I'm over encumbered, so I have to like trudge slowly back to the ship. So tired. Here's this can of tuna.
So let me just explain something, because I like this to me blew my mind last night. Most every one of the main story missions, at least so far, have been fairly similar. Like
repetitive?
So it starts with like go to a planet, explore a cave system, kill some baddies in whatever way makes sense to you, either like stealthy, which is what I try to do, or like guns a-blazing, which is the way Victor usually plays these types of games.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and you find this artifact and you're kind of building something. I'm going to leave it vague. Well, so I kind of reached a new chapter in the story. And so I'm going and I'm looking for more artifacts.
Right.
And then something weird happens. I'm playing a different game.
Oh.
And I'm teleporting between different universes. And like in one universe, I'm fighting aliens. In another universe, I'm fighting robots. And like, dude, like the advantages on the weapons that you have.
Yeah.
Like you have to immediately switch. Like here's my weapon for robots. Here's my weapon. And so like, I'm like, oh my God, it feels like I'm playing Destiny right now, because like I have to be ready to play. And I haven't had that level of like difficulty in this game yet. And now I'm like, oh yeah. And
you're probably just playing on the default difficulty that it came with, right? Yeah. you can switch it up to like extra hard, and then it's just like Destiny. All the bosses are super spongy. And they'll stomp you halfway across the planet.
Jesus.
But it's so fun, folks. Like, don't let the naysayers or the haters' reviews get you down. Like, if you're on the edge, tip over, play this game.
Come to the Starfield.
Now, last week, we said, hey, look at that hot bod on Daniel Radcliffe. And after we were done objectifying him, we're like, oh, this is for a movie that's out and we can watch. And you know what we did?
Not that. We didn't watch it. And you want to know why, Scott? You want to know why?
Because of the thing we were just talking about?
Because I was wrong.
Oh, what?
So I confidently explained that in last week's episode, Daniel Radcliffe got himself yoked on HGA to play Weird Al in Weird, the Al Yankovic story. But no, this is his character in the TV show Miracle Workers.
That's what I asked.
So they've done 3 seasons, and this was him on the finale episode.
Oh, okay. It makes so much more sense now. Because I've seen clips on TikTok of the Weird Al, and I was like, all right, at one point, he gets drunk and, like, takes off his shirt. He does not look like that. So there's probably a third act that was saved from my eyeballs where he just goes crazy and gets, like, roided up on a playground. I'm here for it. I'm glad I didn't watch that because I would have come on and been like, Willie, what the fuck? Dude, did I not watch the director's cut? Like, what is going on?
I watched some weird-ass movie with some dude with a perm.
Okay, so this makes sense because Miracle Workers, I have watched the first episode and I really liked it. I saved it in my queue of things to come back, and hopefully it wouldn't be canceled. It's supposedly like an American Horror Story kind of ensemble cast. So like one season they do this show, another season it's a different story altogether but same actors. He starts off as like this meek angel that does like minor miracles for humans. Like if you've lost your keys, he might help you find them in the couch, and that's his job for the day. He takes the rest of the day off. That's all he does.
It's one of those.
And then we find out that the last season, he looks like a god himself.
I think this is going to be one of those shows that like is a sleeper. You're going to wake up one day and be like, everybody's watching this show called Miracle Workers?
I mean, from the pictures, it looked like he worked some miracles for sure.
And you can watch, I think, the first 2 seasons on Max, the one for HBO.
The former place of HBO, the place for movies?
They used to have fuzzy elbow porn.
And now it's in HD.
It's nuts.
Well, either way, now that we've drooled all over his abs, I think we owe it to ourselves and the Lurkers to actually see what this is all about. So let's start Miracle Workers.
I think that sounds great.
So that's our show, Saturday morning reviewers. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this weekend. Please, if you could, tell a friend about the show and rate and review wherever you lurk.
We appreciate your love, so remember to be kind to each other, and we'll see you next week.